quickly shifting focus over to some more breaking inputs coming in from Karnataka. This is Minister Yathindra Siddaramaiah has launched a sharp attack on the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh. Calling it a 1,000-headed venomous snake, Yathindra accused the RSS of promoting casteism and communalism. He also demands a public apology from the RSS, BJP and even the Sri Ram Sene to Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, and has urged Congress party workers to continue their protest as far as the RSS is concerned. Now, remember, there has been a particular flashpoint in Karnataka when it comes to the RSS, with the Karnataka government bringing in that bill inside the Karnataka Assembly, which we all know is going to bar or limit the access of various organizations, primarily like those of the RSS, to have any kind of access to public programs. On that note, as far as Yathindra Siddaramaiah demanding that apology from the RSS for Mallikarjun Kharge is concerned, let's listen in what he has to say.
ಈ RSS ಅನ್ನೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಒಂದು 1000 ಹೆಡೆಗಳಿರುವಂತ ವಿಷನಾಗರ. ಆದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ಜಾತಿವಾದ, ಕೋಮುವಾದ, ಮನುವಾದದ ವಿಷ ತುಂಬಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಇದು ಇಡೀ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಷ ತುಂಬುವಂತ, ವಿಷ ಕಕ್ಕುವಂತ ಒಂದು ನಾಗರ. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೀಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜ ಹಾಳಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶನೂ ಹಾಳಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾವಂತರಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಈ ಜಾತಿ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನ ತೊಡೆದು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ RSS ನ ಹೀನ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನ ನಾವು ಖಂಡಿಸಬೇಕು. ಅದ್ರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. RSS ಅವರು, ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಅವರು, ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ್ ಸೇನೆಯವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಂತ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಖರ್ಗೆ ಅವರ ಹತ್ರ ಅವರು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕವಾಗಿ ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಕೇಳಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನಾವು ಈ ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಬೇಕು, ಬಿಡಬಾರದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ನಾನು ಮನವಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
Mr. Yathindra Siddaramaiah, the Urban Development Minister of Karnataka, you have a lot of works to do. There is policies which are pending in urban development, but instead of that, your focus is on saying that RSS is 1,000-headed serpentile and other things. I request you to come and visit RSS shakas, wherein thousands of people, in fact lakhs of people, work only for the sake of Bharat. Mr. Yathindra Siddaramaiah, probably you have seen only the Congress people, or the other people whom you could have seen are very small mentality people, who are very selfish, who only agenda is to make money, and that is where your influence is coming from.
All right, let's try and get in more perspective, and for that I'm joined in by Akshara on the broadcast. So Akshara, we've seen in the months gone by how the Congress party and its leaders in Karnataka have in fact intensified their attack against the RSS, with Yathindra Siddaramaiah's latest rhetoric coming in as a sharp attack, where he's also demanding an apology when it comes to Mallikarjun Kharge. What is this apology going to be for?
Well, you see, the recent incident which took place where Mallikarjun Kharge, the ACC president, attended a function following which the right-wing group cleared the premises and stated that it is cleaning that particular premises. So, regarding this particular incident, Yathindra Siddaramaiah was speaking at Mysuru. While speaking about this particular incident that took place, he also spoke about RSS as well. He says that the right-wing groups and the RSS have a communal and a casteist mindset. That's the reason why such incidents have come to the fore. And following and also invoking this particular incident where Mallikarjun Kharge was allegedly insulted, he said that in all such incidents to come bring down, we should ensure that we fight against the RSS and the communal mindset. So that's the statement coming in from Yathindra Siddaramaiah regarding this matter. And yes, at the very same time, regarding this particular event that was taking place where Yathindra Siddaramaiah was speaking, he also urged the Congress workers to ensure that they continue to fight these forces. So yes, this is the incident that has come to the fore where Yathindra Siddaramaiah has called RSS serpentile in Karnataka.
All right, we'll have to see if there is going to be indeed any reaction coming in from the RSS itself, because so far we've only seen BJP coming and jumping to the rescue of the RSS. Many thanks to you for bringing.
We begin this broadcast with fresh breaking news coming in. Rahul Gandhi has launched an attack on the National Testing Agency and also on the Centre over the latest exam fiasco. And this attack comes amid the cancellation of the UGC-NET exams in sociology, in English and in commerce. So Rahul Gandhi is now asking why thousands of students should bear the cost of NTA's errors and also repeated instances. He's also raised the issue of a possible leak and has demanded accountability from the agency's leadership. We have Amita joining us on this broadcast. Rahul Gandhi unsparing in his attack. Amita, what did he say? It's over to you.
Absolutely. Frontal attack coming in from the LOP in the Lok Sabha, Sagarika. And this is what Rahul Gandhi has to say, and I'm just going to quote, saying, Modi ji, look what your NTA has just done. UGC-NET examination for sociology, English, commerce were held between 22nd and 30th of June. Nearly 2 months later, NTA has cancelled all three because it sold 40 papers and repeated old questions. Thousands of candidates who prepared for years, filled forms, paid the fees, traveled to distant centers, must now do it all over again in September. NTA makes a mistake, but the student serves the sentence. I said this in Kota and Dehradun and Prayagraj, and I will keep saying it. This is no longer an education system. It's an extraction machine. It takes your money, your years, your mental health, your confidence, and returns nothing, not even a job. NTA still won't answer the real question. Were these papers leaked before the examination? So here, continuously, it's a long post, Sagrika, where he says that Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation was the first step, not the last. NTA's leadership must be held accountable too.
So why should students pay the price for this kind of a fiasco? That's the latest coming in, and Rahul Gandhi is unsparing in his attack. Thank you so much, Amita, for taking us through Rahul Gandhi's post. Going across to Kritika, my colleague, who's tracking all the developments. There are more questions being asked now after the controversy around the NEET paper leaks, after the protest that we witnessed, after the resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan. Now, once again, NTA is in the dock. The UGC-NET exam will be conducted again. What are the students telling you? What happened? Break down all those details for us, Kritika.
Right, Sagarika, another egg in the face for the National Testing Agency, as you also rightly pointed out. And these complaints have not just been coming in. They have been, in fact, being raised by students right since the examination had occurred between June 22 to June 30th. Since then, they have been, in fact, complaining of how the sociology paper were riddled with grammatical errors, how the questions were also improper. They've been complaining about the substantial question paper repeat as far as the previous year questions are also concerned. We've spoken to an English UGC-NET candidate who had said that even unseen passages were repeated as is, leaving the meaning of this entire question and exercise are meaningless, in fact. So all of these complaints were registered by the students as early as the first week of July, but the notification for the cancellation is only coming in late last night, and that too after a lot of student bodies had in fact threatened to protest nationwide if the answer key is not released in time. Remember, Sagrika, even as of now, the answer key for these three question papers have been held back. The students were counting on these answer keys to be released so they could in fact get the information to public and do the matching and the verification of the number of the question papers that have also been repeated. The kind of questions that they say have been AI generated as well. And now Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition, is once again making a paper leak charge. This is pertaining to the sociology paper, for which there was allegedly in PDF carrying exactly the same format, the same template used by the NTA as far as the grading of questions, difficulty and the sources is concerned, and how this PDF was allegedly circulating before the exam. So these claims, remember, as far as the paper leak is concerned, has still not been addressed by the NTA.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so the National Testing Agency now will reconduct the UGC-NET June 2026 exams for one, English, for commerce and for sociology. We are talking about three papers here. Now, these were exams that were held in June earlier this year for the Junior Research Fellowship and also admission to PhD programs. But what happened next is absolutely shocking. Several errors were reported in all these three papers. So the NTA committee has now found factual, spelling, translation and also grammar mistakes along with repeated questions. So the three exams will be held once again, and the three exams will be for English and commerce, that will be held on the 9th of September, and when it comes to the sociology paper, which will be held on the 10th of September. Now let's actually break down what we know so far. So the exam was conducted, which is on the 22nd and between the 22nd and 30th 30th of June, which that was when the exam was conducted, the UGC-NET exam. Now, what happens after that is that in 2026 June itself, candidates had flagged errors in 3 of these papers. Factual typographical errors were alleged by the candidates. NTA then responded to all those questions and also media reports on the 2nd of July, where they did admit that yes, there were typographical errors, but that is not unusual. So that was the first defense. After that, candidates then sought some corrections in the questions, after which there was a probe panel that found out that yes, there were large scale errors. Can you believe it? All this is happening in July. Now it is now the NTA has come out and has ordered a retest of 3 of these papers, and the National Testing Agency once again is under scrutiny, is facing questions. So the papers that where there'll be a retest are that of English, Commerce and Sociology, and that is the decision that has been taken by the NTA. For now, we've not heard from the top bosses of the from the NTA yet, but student groups, students, they are visibly upset, they are angry. The SFI has slammed the agency over the errors flagged in the question papers. They're calling for a re-examination, and they are also saying that this very re-examination in itself is an added burden on students, and they are asking who will be held accountable for the lapses at this point of time.
The National Torture Agency has released a notification tonight. It is claiming that its expert committee has found discrepancies in the question paper setting of 3 subjects: English, Commerce and Sociology. Now, the students who had appeared for these 3 subjects are put into the additional torture of having to repeat their examination. NTA has scheduled the examination for the 9th and 10th of September. But what goes to show is the fact that NTA's own committee sets the paper. Their own committee finds out the fact that there were serious errors in the names of scholars, in the names of books, in typography. NTA has messed up. And who is here to take accountability? Not the National Torture Agency.